Though Justin should be able to come straight in. Right, how does that look on screen? Why can't I find my own stream? Right, I'm just going to share the game the other way. Right. Right, click that off. You're going to have no game sounds, but you can listen to everybody chat instead. Out to screen, spotlight. Right, where's my game? It shouldn't crash on here. But as soon as Justin comes, I think he can highlight my comments for me. But yeah, there'll be no game sounds. But yeah, there'll be no game sounds. Unless... Let's get them picked up through the mic slightly. I just don't know if anybody else speaks, it will echo. Right, that echo must have been when I took the headphones out. Or when my phone's still playing, Trevor. Trying to work out if Donald is speaking or not. That's better. We'll have it like that. Then you still see who's on the still see who's on the panel.
Okay, I'm back.
How's my game looking?
Ooh, nice. Very crisp. Crispy.
At least
Where'd
now I know.
Justin go?
What was that?
Where'd Justin go?
He said he will be back. I've sent him a link, so 'cause he left Zoom.
Yeah, I went upstairs real quick and got distracted by the birds at the bird feeder. Well, we had one little itty bitty guy come up on the deck, and he just looked like he was wearing a little tuxedo.
Now I've got to let. Can Justin let himself in?
There we go.
I forgot you should let yourself in. I don't have to do it.
You really gotta be careful with EV Mux too, because technically I can come in here and just go live on your channel.
Yeah, but I trust
Oh,
you
yeah.
not to do that.
No, I'm just saying that's why you got to be careful about who you give it to. Because like you don't even have to be in here. I could like I'm going live. Or wake up at 2 in the morning. I'm live on a stream.
What are you doing, Justin?
What do you mean?
All I hear is,
It's not me.
You're the one that was flashing.
I wasn't just saying anything.
no, you're breathing heavy.
It's just the way this mic picks up everything because it's right next to my mouth. 'Cause I'm using my headset mic.
That's what it sounded like. Dang it. Well, I guess I will send him.
Because I have a feeling I'm going to wake up one day and find Tim live on my channel.
That would be funny. Hey, at least
I wouldn't put it past him.
It's getting you watch hours.
I wouldn't put it past him to do that shit.
I don't know if this is picking up the game sounds though too much through the speakers.
On my end, you don't have any echo or anything, so.
I haven't got headphones in today, so.
Well, I know a lot of people don't like using headphones, but it is a good practice if you're gaming. You kind of need to use them because it does help with a lot of sound issues you'll end up having.
I always use headphones.
Yeah, so like I said, especially with gaming, there's a lot of programs that people use, like with FiveM and different gaming platforms, and if you don't have headphones in, you'll get bad echoes. You won't find, you'll be hard pressed to find any professional gamer that doesn't have headphones on.
I need to get ones that sit comfortably on my ears.
Get HyperX, I'm telling you, you can have those things on your head all day long and you won't have any pain. HyperX are really good. And they're not overly expensive neither. For a good wireless headset, you'll probably pay about 60 or 70 pounds.
Or you can pick yourself up a pair of over-the-ear Sennheiser.
How much those run now? I mean, I paid $50 for mine because I got them on a rollback deal at Walmart, or on a clearance deal, and I've had them for about a year and a half now. I haven't had a single issue with them.
Trevor, you
Yeah.
will hear him typing that the company that I'm using are trying to get the noise cancellation working correct.
Oh,
It's
how do
not
I
that
start
bad
this
though.
here?
Can I turn here? I know you told
None
me
of
to go
them have good noise cancellation except for Zoom. StreamYard sucks too. It's even worse than EveMux.
This pair, you can pick them up for around $70.
That's not bad. Do you have to have any like special thing to run them or anything, or
No,
is it like it's not like a high-end studio headset?
no, this is
Yeah.
just mini jack.
I had a pair of headphones back in the day, a big old industrial like pair that they would use in a studio, and it had the big fat ass jack on it. I don't remember what
Oh,
size
yeah,
those are, because I had the whole
quarter inch.
setup in my room with the
Yeah,
big speakers and everything.
yeah, had the big quarter-inch plug.
Yeah.
Well, the size of the plug doesn't really matter. I type heavy. I'm sorry. And I type on this. It's a little membrane keyboard too. But a lot of times when I'm typing out stuff, I'm a little frustrated.
a little.
That's why when you update your computer, Laura, you can use that program I'm using, because then it don't matter which. Like I'm not using it now because I got my headset on, but I got my regular mic running through it, and it doesn't matter if I'm on StreamYard or anything. It blocks out all the background noise, so I don't have to
No, we
rely
used
on the.
to. For shoots and stuff, we used to have a nice pair of over-the-ear with noise cancellation over at the job I used to have,
Mhm.
and that was great for capturing audio when you're out and about, like on a shoot, because it had the noise cancellation in it, so you're able to hear what's coming through the mics. But somebody went and left the batteries in them, and they exploded, destroyed those.
Oh, did you see the lightning strike in front? See if I get another one.
It wasn't a real lightning strike. It's only a computer game.
They still made them look like what they're meant to.
Hmm. I heard that.
Uh-huh. And right through the red light.
No, it weren't red. You're seeing things.
You playing American Truckers?
Yep. Hold on a minute. What was that? Oh, don't. I'm not too fussed. Apparently, I keep freezing on YouTube.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Oh, the red light camera tells a different story exactly.
What?
Ooh, hey. Train conductor.
Laura's really good at the California stops, going through the stop signs.
I just roll right on through.
Yeah. She didn't even attempt to stop at that one.
Why do you need to stop at them?
Be a train conductor for like $40 an hour. You think I could show my little lawnmower train as experience?
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, I've been a train engineer
Sure.
for years.
Show up in your Halloween train conductor outfit.
Keep right. Then turn right.
You see how much fucking UPS drivers are making now? They're starting off at like $45, $50 an hour.
Oh, not around here.
They redid their contracts about a month ago because they went on strike nationwide. I'm telling you, check into it, dude. They were talking about
Well,
an
this
average
is actually
UPS.
a second. Yeah. Let me look.
But like an average UPS driver, they said right now is making. There was a couple of UPS drivers that did some shorts on it on YouTube to clarify.
So that is why they're going to so many subcontracted companies to deliver.
It wouldn't surprise me.
We have a subcontractor around here that pays around 20, 21 an hour.
Turn left.
But apparently, altogether, with their overtime and everything they're getting every year, they're averaging between $80,000 to $170,000 just as a
Damn.
driver.
And we're finished.
Safe and sound.
Yeah,
But that's why UPS is a lot more expensive to ship with too, compared to like the post
Yeah.
office. Like I said, the UPS can't adjust, or the post office can't adjust their prices. They have to be adjusted by Congress, and so that's why they're always in the hole every year, because they can't adjust their prices accordingly to everybody else. That's why Amazon used them for years, because it was a cheap way of shipping stuff. They were pretty much using the post office to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought this was the way out. It's not.
As they average, I think like 300 or 400 million a year every year that they're in the hole.
Heck, for
Jesus
a government
Christ, Laura.
agency, that's the same as making money. I told you she could be a Swift driver.
Yeah, dude, they get such a bad rep over here.
I asked Laura if she knew what I was talking about. They don't have anybody over there they bag on.
Yeah, Swift gets bagged on bad over here.
And it's because they hire inexperienced drivers, and so they have a bad rep as a fleet.
Well, Walmart's got them by the balls anyway, because they're the biggest shipping company in the U.S. And about 70 or 80% of their business is Walmart. And they got Swift by the balls. Like, if they decided tomorrow that they wanted to screw Swift over, Swift would go bankrupt overnight, because they put a lot of their eggs in one basket.
No, Trevor, I've just found a secret road. As you can see, it's unlocking on the map as we go along.
Swift has a lot of foreign drivers too that don't even speak English, and they have a bad issue with that too, because they're not trained very well, and they come over here from other, on visas and work visas and stuff, and they just don't train them well enough, and they don't know the road rules well enough.
Right, the garage is down here.
Easy with it.
I'll get all of this edit done except for the drone video.
Let's see how much damage I've done, shall we? Oh, not that much.
Where did I set my coffee down?
I don't know. I weren't watching you when you put it down.
It looks like what's his name? What's that rocker's name? Brett. He always wears a cowboy hat and what the hell's his name? Brett something. That's who it looks like on the side of your truck.
It's a woman on the side of my truck.
Doesn't look like it.
It's a woman.
I guess if I seen it close up, it probably would. But from a distance, it looks like a dude.
There you go. Oh.
Okay, now I can tell. Yeah, now I can see it. And that's how the trucks will look over here, dude. Some of these guys that are full-time truckers, dude, they will deck their trucks out like that. They'll be all covered in American like flags and stuff, the paint job and everything. There's some guys that spend a lot of money on their trucks over here. Brett Michaels, yeah. That's what I was thinking, Mike. From a distance, it looked like Brett Michaels on the side of a truck.
American truck.
Well, I thought I was telling Laura that paint job she actually has on her truck. You'll see actually a lot of truckers with decked out trucks like that with American paint, like American flag paint jobs and shit. And then guys that have their own trailers, they'll have the entire trailer decked out too.
I bet Justin's not doing his job and showing these messages, are you, Justin?
Oh, shit. Huh?
Justin's co-host, right?
Yep.
Isn't that the co-host's job to do that kind of stuff?
Especially when the host is busy driving.
Well, we're a little late, but Donald, Trevor can hear you typing.
Yeah.
And Trevor said he didn't have any freezing on his end, so.
Okay, so
I'm surprised the cats are not scared sat in the car while it's thundering. Or truck, not car.
I love when Tim gets overwhelmed with the comment section. Because all of a sudden, like 10 people will say something and it'll just pop in all at once. He's like, motherfucker! Because sometimes it will freeze and all of a sudden, like 10 messages will pop in.
Well, if this works alright, I know I can now do multi-destination of streaming this game. I don't want to sit whoever shouted sit.
I want to get the Streamlabs Ultra.
I did.
I can do
but that
multi-streaming through that.
That's what keeps crashing my encoder, which then crashes my stream.
Well, that's the thing, too. I think your computer is just it's showing its age a little bit, and it's having issues running all them programs. I think you're definitely due for an upgrade, for sure.
It was only since their new update they did.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is your equipment that's in your computer is a little bit outdated. Not completely, just a little bit. But every time they do updates on these programs, they're going to get more extensive, use more resources, which is going to hurt your computer more and more every time.
David just shouted through, buy her a new computer then, Justin.
Well, David's got this. I'm pretty sure he was going to get you an i9 with a, like a 4060 graphics card, you know, just insanely overpowered. He's got it. Don't worry. Actually, if he's going to get you a 3D printer, I would ask him to get you a computer instead of that.
Oh no,
I mean,
I've already set up on the 3D printer. I'm just going to use
because
what he ends up
well,
with.
I'm saying because all the stuff that he keeps getting you, you're not really using as much, but you're using your computer all the fucking time.
Oh,
So
is that
it should be.
David? Who said fuck off about the 3D printers?
Give you again, Tyson.
Why can't he type this stuff?
I like how the cats are just spread eagle on your dashboard, looking like they're dead. Fuck.
It's like, have you seen the other two? I've got 2 more in my cab. Oh yeah, I forgot you're doing football. Yeah, look, I've got one sat there. And there's one dead on the table.
The cat lady on wheels.
Well, there's none with birds, or I'd have birds sat in there.
Now, when you put that mod in there, did it add all the cats, or did you do each individual cat as
I
its
did
own
all
mod?
the cats that were in that mod. And there's
One
also
sec, 'cause I-
dogs. Dogs as well. I
My-
can swap them to dogs.
I'm not gonna lie, you went a little overboard on the cats.
No, I didn't. They've got their bed down there, and they've got their litter tray there. It would be funny though to see one get up and actually go and use one of them items.
Now, if you were a trucker, the cat would probably be the most ideal driving companion, only because you wouldn't have to take it out to go to the bathroom and stuff like a dog would.
No, I
You know what I'm saying?
watched a woman on TikTok, and she actually's got 2 cockatiels that travel with her.
I'm just saying, out of dogs and cats, though, if you're going to travel a lot, I think cats are a better option, only because you can put a nice little litter box in your truck. You
I
don't
would
have to
say
take them
that
out.
the precise reason why dogs are better is because you don't have to be cooped up in a small enclosed space with a friggin' litter box.
Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, with a dog, though, if the dog all of a sudden gets the shits, as a trucker, you can't be pulling over every 20 minutes to take your dog out. I'm just looking at it from a trucker standpoint. They can't stop consistently. You know, they're always on a schedule. So if you really wanted an animal, I think the cat would be a better option. But litter boxes aren't that bad if you keep up on them. And you use good litter. You don't use that cheap shit.
Just when you tip your
They're
truck
still
over,
bad.
you're going to get covered in cat shit.
They're still bad. Especially if you have 5 cats in your cab.
I've got 4.
I have one cat I think would be completely manageable in a truck like that. I definitely wouldn't have 5, though. Because then you'd have to have like 2 or 3 litter boxes in there.
Yeah,
Because you have to have so many. Is there like 2 cats per litter box or something?
now,
What?
you can
Take a
have
crocodile
a
with you.
small dog, and if you had to have like a piddle pad for emergencies,
Have a piddle pad.
but I know a lot of drivers have dogs.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of drivers that have all different types of animals that carry.
Well, there was Snowman. He had a basset hound.
I saw a guy online that had a little aquarium
That was
with his little.
A what?
He had like a little aquarium set up and had his guinea pig in there.
Oh, yeah, no.
So there's a lot of truckers will have animals they carry with them. I've seen a lot with dogs too.
Probably not a lot of goldfish.
You just imagine a
Water
fucking
sloshing.
150-gallon tank in the back of your truck, fucking sloshing around.
you'd want an animal that could be affectionate. I mean, you could have a snake or a lizard, but I don't think those are really affectionate.
No.
Go straight.
Snakes, definitely not. I have seen some videos of people with like certain types of lizards, and the lizards seem to be kind of like under the understanding of who their owner was and would come up to them and crawl on them. And yeah, snakes though, they're kind of just doing their own fucking thing all the time. They don't really give a shit about you.
Yeah. My brother has had a ball
I've had a
python
bunch
since
of
the
snakes.
90s.
Yeah, the one you said was like 30 years old or something.
Oh yeah, I talked about that. Yeah.
I've had a whole bunch of snakes when I was younger. I had gopher snakes, king snakes. I had a couple rattlers that we had in some aquariums. Gophers and king snakes, though, those are... And I had a red racer, too.
Then exit right.
That was a really cool snake. It was like luminescent, and then it had like a red tent inside of it. It was really cool. If you hit it with a black light, it just glowed. But it was like a clear, it looked almost like a clear milky white, and then it had a red tint with inside of it. They're called red racers, and they were fast as fuck, too. Them snakes are really quick.
Turn right.
Bing.
Okay, we're gonna kill the shatter.
Turn right.
That was one thing I was never scared of, was snakes. I'd go down and pin a rattlesnake to the ground and pick it up by the back of its head.
Ooh, well, aren't you a man?
I was just used to them growing up in the desert. You ran across snakes quite a bit there. What's up, David?
Hey, AZ.
Okay. RV Shokin Show continues.
That was like my neighbor here in Florida, down our old neighborhood. I was walking outside, and all of a sudden I hear this death-curdling scream like 3 houses down. And this lady's like, "Oh my God." I run down there. I said, "What's going on?" She goes, "A snake just went in my garage." And she was, I mean, completely just traumatized. So I ran in there, and it was, I don't remember what the name of the snake is, but it's like called a black racer or something. It's a protected snake here in Florida. I just went in there, and I got it into the corner. And I just stepped on its head a little bit, enough to hold it, and I just grabbed it from the back. And I come out, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're fucking nuts." I just grabbed it, threw it out on the front lawn, and then it went off. She was like, "Thank you so much." She was like deathly afraid of snakes. So I said, "Sarah, don't get a snake near her. She'll freak the fuck out." I even had tarantulas back in the day. I had 2 tarantulas.
Go straight.
That's what I said when my dad's on my dad's double wide, the air conditioning vent broke under the house, and some mice got in, and the guy came out and fixed it. And once he fixed it, we dropped my 4-foot gopher snake down in the vents and let it run around in there. And he was down there for like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, like, the mice slowly disappeared. We didn't have any mice issues, and then one day, all of a sudden, he pops his head up out of the vent and is looking around. I just reached down and grabbed and pulled him back out.
He's like, "Okay, job done."
But he was down there for like 2 weeks running around in the vents. But it was just me and my dad. And me and my dad weren't scared of snakes, so there was nobody living with us at the time. That was between my dad's 15 different wives, he said.
Oh, don't tell me I broke down.
I think Tim's been married a lot. My dad's on his 4th marriage.
Trevor, no, I didn't. No one else saw it.
I saw it. And everybody on YouTube saw it.
I was too busy watching the lightning strikes.
Enjoying the graphics.
Yep.
Keep left.
As I've now made them realistic.
Yeah, this game looks a lot better on this stream.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Is what she was doing was through Streamlabs, she was upscaling it to 1080, but then putting it through the virtual camera onto Zoom, and Zoom's downgrading it to 720 because she doesn't have the 1080 version of Zoom. So it makes it look really fuzzy and crappy because it's like going up and down on the resolution. But this is doing it in 1080 60, just like her OBS is.
Turn left.
So it's matching it. I would say the details are better on American trucks than Euro trucks. Look at the rain on the windows and shit. It looks like it's more detailed.
They're supposed to be about the same.
Go straight.
I don't know. To me, it looks better.
I'm hoping I can make it to the end of this delivery. Trevor, that's exactly what happened.
Keep right. Then continue straight.
You get Donald one of those IBM keyboards. Old mechanical ones from the 80s.
My son has a clicky keyboard. He's got a couple. Actually,
the IBM
I might
ones.
have.
Keep left. Turn
You said you might have what?
Might have like an old.
turn.
Dude, the IBM ones, depending on the model, they're actually worth a lot of money. Dude, people will pay a couple $100.
Oh, they love that
Gross.
clicky.
Yeah, a lot of them will take them apart and like repaint them, and kind of paint the shell and put them back together and clean them real well. And yeah, some of the big gamers love those fucking keyboards. If you go on eBay, depending on the model, they go anywhere between $70 to I've seen them as high as $300, depending on which model it is. That was my time about thinking about me. What? It's a song lyrics. I just don't know what song that is.
You know, even I'm trying to think what song that is. I thought Donald was going to walk into that door then.
Oh, you're comparing Donald to Tim? Ugh. That's not going to go over well. Well,
Break
Donald,
out.
Laura thought
This
you
was for
just
like
pulled a 10.
old G3
Turn right.
keyboard. That might have been a G4 keyboard.
Oh, that's got a nice clicking. You know, that's actually one of the big ASMR videos online. They sit there and they do all the different types of keyboards and they just sit there and type.
Mm-hmm.
Because I sent one to Bill one day, a video while he was live and he was watching. He goes, "Why can't I stop watching this?" And he's sitting there for like 5 minutes watching the fucking ASMR video.
So we are going to do this. We're going to break that out into 2 pieces of text. Yeah, I had this edit done the other day, and the guy came back. Looks great. Just a few minor revisions, but it ends up being about a 51. Well, more than that. Changing about 50% of the commercial, but that requires changing about 70% of the commercial because of pieces that are interactive or interacting.
You just didn't like it?
But when you type it, well, he didn't give any instruction or any clear instruction. And he's one of the people that is like, oh, you know, you can you do it, make it look good. Okay, make it look what I think is good. Oh, that's not what I had in mind at all. And then he sends me a detailed, it's like, if you knew what you wanted, you should tell me at the beginning what you want.
Right. Exactly.
But, so,
Get ready to turn.
yeah.
Turn right.
And it's really easy to type. Just a few minor revisions. When people say, you know, it's just this. It's only this. They're diminishing because they don't know how much work it's going to take, but they're going to diminish your work ahead of time. They're going to say, it's just this. And what I mean by that is it's just you doing it.
Right.
Okay, so price, save.
Go straight.
And actually some of his changes are actually contradictory to what he had asked for
Go straight.
first. But that's the
Keep right.
Don't know what you're on about, Trevor.
At least it's an edit. A little bit of money for
Turn right.
Oh no, don't break down now.
12. That's better.
Okay, David.
Turn right. Turn right.
You might need to eat properly.
There's my clipper graphic.
Here. Right on time.
And we're going to scale that up.
Alright, I can't be bothered backing it in. Oh my god, I actually lost money on that one. Alright, let's click drive. We're going to cheat to get to the service station. Come on, game, load quicker.
Oh, David.
He's not feeling too good. Right, see how much this is just about to cost me. Did you actually put me on the button? There we go. Trevor, that's not cheating.
Easter's are so fun, and I really want to be.
Confirm. There we go, nice and fixed. Wrong section.
Leader, go leader.
I've got to go back up into Kansas.
Why not go over to Missouri and see me?
Because I haven't got that pack yet, I don't think. No, I think that's the next pack out.
What part of Kansas are you going to?
I don't know until I find a job till there.
What's the little dot way over in the lower right in Kansas? Pittsburgh. My brother lives in Pittsburgh.
I haven't been there yet.
I actually know what Pittsburgh looks like.
I don't think there's any jobs going there.
Binky's offering. I think she hurt me.
Could drive all the way to Kansas City.
New 26-foot Trailmaster.
Right, we're going to drive to Kansas City for the last one.
We're going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some pretty little women there, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
give you-
Hold on. I'm going to leave these two in charge for a minute.
Oh, and Trevor, no, the customer is not always right. The customer is always the customer. And the customer is always right until they put their hand into the cash register. It got really quiet. Justin, you still here? It's just me and the kitty cats. Trailmaster, sell price. No, I just
What I
heard some
missed.
rustling. There's Justin.
I was checking on Sarah.
Uh, 51%. Nope, it's not 51% off. I really just need to.
When was the last time you took your buggy out, Donald?
October? Might have been November. November.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah, it once it gets cold. Too cold
Yeah,
for
I
the.
forgot. Yeah, really cold up there. I didn't think about that.
I was underneath of it yesterday looking at the wiring. I'm gonna have to look and see what I need to do. I need to trace out all the wiring and redo the wiring eventually. But I'm seeing what I can get by with just disconnecting, because I'm gonna have to pull the dash off because the dash and the hood are all one piece.
Right.
So to fix that gas tank, I'll have to disconnect all the electric to the dash.
I would say just empty that gas tank out, let it dry out some, and then just take it to a shop and have them weld it up for you and fix it.
That would cost me more than a new gas tank. New gas tank's like $150.
Would it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's not that expensive then.
Turn right.
Where are you driving to, Laura?
Kansas City.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kansas City, here we come. Yeah, don't hit the cop.
Go straight.
So
What was that?
doesn't have one of those beefy ass off-road gas tanks in it, then, huh?
Then turn
Uh-uh.
right.
One of the fuel cells? No.
Yeah,
Turn right.
that's why I was that was what was popping in my head that you probably had in there.
Nope, you put the original VW gas tank in them.
Keep right. Then turn right.
That was.
Turn right.
Yeah, there was a guy that lived out by my dad's old house in California, and he's got a VW graveyard that he buys and sells and trades parts for. And he's probably got 200 VW vans and a couple hundred bugs out there at all times. And people come out there and buy parts off of them all the time. And I found we were going down 27 the other day, and I found an old, so there's like a car dealer, but they only sell like really old cars, like from the 50s and 60s. But they sell them as is, like kind of, so you can kind of buy them as fixer-uppers.
Mm-hmm.
They had some really interesting shit out there, dude. They had a couple old-ass limousines from the 50s.
Right.
But it's this whole car lot, and it's just full of old-ass cars. And it's actually like really nice, like a car lot. It doesn't look like a junkyard or anything. It's very nice. They're all displayed.
We got a
they're
place
just-
like that here in town that always has weird, odd, older cars.
Yeah, they're not fixed up or restored. They're just kind of, they get them, they find like the best condition ones they can get, and they just sell them to you as is, and you buy them as like fixer uppers.
Yeah, I think the lot that I'm talking about, I think a lot of theirs comes from private people, but they just have a lot where they'll sell it on consignment.
Go straight.
Let me look and see if I can.
I mean, that's actually not a bad way to do it too. You're just selling them as is, so you don't have to worry about like warranties or no bullshit like that. Or you're just, this is what it is. You're buying it. You have the understanding that this is what it is. And you're buying it as a fixer upper.
Let me go to the website here.
Keep right.
Check out all their inventory. Yeah, this guy, he's got like a boat for sale. 2003 Corvette. You got like trucks and stuff. Then you go down to, you find his more unique cars, like a 1985 Mercedes Benz.
Time to deliver the garbage truck.
85 Mercedes, huh?
Uh huh. They got that one parked inside. He doesn't have anything really interesting on his website right now. But I've driven by and see quite a bit of classic stuff out there. All different states.
Hey, back. Time out for.
Well, Mike, hopefully he can go in and maybe fix some of the shit that is not wired correctly while he's there. All right, Mike, we'll see you later.
See you in a little while.
Turn left.
I didn't hit
Going.
anything.
Kansas City.
That's like freaking Paul Murray's house, man. He still has like the old knobs and tubes down in his basement, like breaker
Oh,
box. I'm like, I didn't even think like you know, I would assume that by today's, you know, building codes and stuff, they wouldn't even allow your house to have that anymore.
Right.
Yeah, my in-laws had that still, or still has some of it in the attic, but it's,
Yeah, I don't know if I would trust old wiring like that, to be honest with you.
Are those girls at your house giggling?
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's Thomas and Kelsey are over on the bed wrestling around with each other.
Yeah. You tell them to stop
Behind
giggling
me.
and being happy. Tell them I told them to stop. MSRP, 51% off only. You know what? I'm going to move that 51% off up to that other section. Great, now I've got that song stuck in my head.
What song?
Going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come.
Because we kind as well. You also. Is my blanket messed up? No.
I'm surprising you're not gaming, Justin.
I was going to, but I was thinking about it.
That makes it so much better.
That's a waste management truck on the back of her truck.
I opened up the song in another window,
Yeah.
and it makes your drive far more interesting.
Have you drove your truck like this yet, Justin?
I'd done it in GTA, and it's very dangerous.
Why did it keep showing the same clip over and over again?
Doesn't it? Flicks through what I'm driving.
It's just a different point of view of the truck as it's going down the road. It's just doing the same shot over and over, but it's not the actual same shot itself. If that makes sense.
I think it's got the drive-by shot.
It really messed with the vibe of what I was going for with the music. It just looked like a really badly edited music video.
That's good for if you're trying to get shots for like a short or something. Or
Yeah, no, that's
you're
what I was
gonna
doing
use
it
it for
for.
an
I
intro.
normally download the video and go back.
I just don't understand video games anymore.
Yeah, I loved when Tim first got back into playing video games on the PC, and he went into GTA and Cyberpunk, and he goes, "Holy shit!" He goes, "I never realized," because I kept telling him, he was all about the old school games. He's like, "Man, I love Pac-Man, all this." I said, "Bro, you haven't played video games in like 30 years." I said, "You got to try some of the new ones." He got in those open world games and blew his mind away. He was like,
when the
"Holy crap."
neighbor kid came over with GTA 5, I hogged that thing.
Yeah, it's just so open and extensive, the world.
Well, yeah, but I get stuck on weird things like I want to see if I can jump over that billboard with this little ATV.
Oh yeah. A lot of people do that shit. They'll try to jump cars over certain things, and yeah.
And I was obsessed with stealing the blimp.
Oh yeah. Done that plenty of times. You can steal the train too.
You can steal the train? I thought
Yeah.
the train was just a...
Oh no, you can steal it.
I thought the train was like just an unstoppable force that just went through.
Oh, it is. But you can steal it and you can actually drive it.
See, my brother he's always played GTA from way back, and I never really got into it. And he would tell me stories like, he says, whenever possible, use a tank.
Oh,
But
well, yeah. That's true.
And I don't remember which one it was, but he was all proud of himself because there was a street race in one of them. And he figured out that if he didn't roll up all the way to the starting line, the race didn't start, but the mission had already started. So he would get the mission started, get out of his car, and go steal other cars and go and park them up in front of the other racers.
Uh-huh.
And then roll up to the starting line. Well, suddenly, he's the only one racing because he's already blocked everybody else.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. With games that extensive, you can find a lot of glitches. Like I know some places. Yeah, I know some spots in the online game that you can actually morph into the walls of the buildings, and you can be inside there and be able to see everything outside and shoot everything, but nobody can shoot you because you like glitch into the walls of the buildings. There's a couple spots I know in the online part where you can glitch into the walls, and you can hide in there. And if you're fighting an unexperienced player that doesn't know about the glitch, they won't know where the hell you're at because they won't be able to see you. There'll just
Yep,
be
used
bullets
to
coming out of
do
the
that
walls.
on Unreal Tournament, clip out of the map and clip out of the map with your sniper rifle and just pop, 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 pop. Usually it was on the smaller maps that you could find stuff like that.
Yeah, with like games like GTA and Cyberpunk and stuff, they're so expensive. There's just so many glitches, dude, and people will spend hours finding these glitches, and it's a
Lord,
lot for the
that
creators
was
to try to
very
keep up with.
dangerous. You're trying to tell me you didn't see him coming onto the highway like way in the distance and get over like a responsible driver?
Nope.
In fact, usually I will get over if I'm coming up to an on-ramp or something like that just in case.
Actually, that's a good practice to do
Mm-hmm.
if you can safely get over before.
Yep. And if the road's clear, yep. I'm a very defensive driver.
The only time I don't really practice that is if I can see the entire on ramp, so I can see if there's actually a car on the on ramp.
Right.
If I don't see anything, I'll just stay in that lane. But if it's one that's kind of a blind area and you really can't see who's coming, then yeah, I try to get over every time.
Is that better, Donald?
Yep. And then
It
after
was,
you pass
it was
it,
still a
then
rather
you get back on.
rapid lane change, but that's okay.
See, and then yeah, perfect. And then you get back over as you
Oh,
pass
look how slow she's doing this one just to teach me a lesson.
it.
She doesn't need any backseat drivers. Yeah.
Please pull into the no.
Are you supposed to be pulling into a way station?
Yep.
Yeah. Hmm. You're not supposed to bypass way stations.
Did I bypass it? No.
I actually think in real life, Laura would freak out if she was on an American highway.
You think?
Because, because our cars, there's a lot more vehicles over here. The cars are a lot bigger,
Have you seen
and
the roundabouts in UK?
oh yeah, but I'm saying like generally our vehicles and everything are just larger over here,
Oh yes, they are larger.
and the
Usually.
highways tend to be a little bit bigger too, because we have more room.
We'll find out when she comes to visit.
Like I just think that when she sees oh Jesus Christ,
What do you want?
when she sees like one of those fucking big F-150s that's lifted where the fucking bumpers at your head come racing up behind you and ride your ass.
Yeah. Okay, I need to change that. So I go in here. $8.26.
Because I would say Europe kind of reminds me more of
Shithole.
would remind me more of like living in New York City, where a lot of people don't have license because they use more public transportation. Where most of the U.S. is so spread out, as most people have 2-3 cars sometimes per family.
David, I don't know if they could hear you shouting crap.
I lightly heard him in the back, but I couldn't tell what he was saying.
What was he yelling?
What was it?
We invented that.
I didn't say that. I said you.
No.
No, he said Europe is a shithole.
Quit
Ah.
calling her names. And don't tell me that you're.
Don't try telling me I'm wrong.
Laura's gonna come visit and then decide she wants to move here.
Why would you want to live near you guys?
Yeah, because I've actually met some people from New York City that moved down here that were in their like late 40s and have never had a license or drove
Mm.
because they were in the city their whole lives,
Yep.
and then they out of nowhere decided to move.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of younger generation that
I've got a skill.
don't get their license either because they just. My son's girlfriend, she is next. Okay, so he doesn't have any. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go back to just that.
That sounded like me earlier.
Well, I'm going through an agency who's asking for stuff that the dealership doesn't have. So it's like, at what point do I just say, talk to the dealership and say, listen, the agency,
Make us
just
some dinner.
skip them.
What?
Let me produce directly for the dealership. All right, so we'll go back to that shot
Oh, I
because
need
that's
some
what we've
keys on.
got. So we're going to open with that. They got some pretty little women there. How long till you get to Kansas City?
When
On-
you get to there.
On the game, 2 hours, 39 minutes.
But that's like, what, 15 minutes in real time?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, it's really cut back though.
Okay, so you're like right in the middle of Kansas now.
I can show you where I am. I'm there.
Oh, you're coming into Emporia.
I know I've got
The-
cramp in my leg.
I'm kind of
This
curious.
is the thing, though.
I know Emporia too.
This is the thing, though, about this game, right? Is there's really not a lot of there's almost no competition out there for this type of game right now. They really need to go back to the drawing board and really get into this game like Microsoft has with Flight Simulator.
Oh, and make
And
things
use
realistic.
Google, using Google Maps and all that, and really get into it. And
Well, the landscape there looks really good.
Oh, it does. But if you were to compare it to like the newer games, because this is an older game,
Oh, right.
you would
But-
see a significant difference.
I'm talking about as far as the terrain and the cut-throughs. That looks like Kansas.
Right. The only thing is it's not accurate to like what a Flight Simulator would be, where you
Right.
could literally fly over your house and actually see your house.
Yeah.
Like that's what this game would be even more badass if they actually went to the drawing board and redid it from scratch.
The only thing that's missing from this game, the one big thing that's missing from this game is roadkill. I think that's missing in a lot of games. There
True.
should be roadkill on the side of the road. I thought for a while that would be a fun, because you get money by doing things that other people just don't want to do. And I thought it'd be really cool to go out and get actual accurate 3D scans of different roadkill and sell the models.
And see, the big difference between this game as well is there is a lot of areas you can't go to, like it just doesn't allow you to drive to. You kind of have to stick to the selected highways. That's why I said if they went more of a Microsoft simulator type setup, you'd be
They can
able to
let you drive
drive down
any
down any residential road. You could actually drive right in front of your house if you wanted. Like, I think that would be awesome. Because then you could really do some just exploring if you wanted. You wouldn't even have to really do any jobs. You could just drive the roads and explore. And it would be accurate.
Google Maps, it won't work.
Key plant.
Well, whatever mapping service they need to use, whichever
Yeah.
one Microsoft is using. I mean,
I wouldn't
Microsoft
even
is
need
detailed.
that. I think, stick to the main highways, but at least make it accurate to the towns.
Right, where that building that you just seen where she passed, like that building actually be there when you drove by that section of
Mhm.
road, where this isn't really like that. It's kind of just made up buildings.
Yeah, I'm
With
looking
kind of
for
the
the giant
similar-
Emporia water tower, and I haven't seen it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is a lot of the buildings and stuff in this game are kind of made up. They're not
Look, there it is.
actually
There's the
accurate.
Emporia water tower right there. They've got it.
Oh, there
I've
you
got
go.
drone footage of that tower. And there should be a Walmart right past it on that exit. They
I
probably won't
don't
throw
think
that out.
they've put them in it.
That's
We'll
kind of
see.
cool. They actually had the water tower.
And it would be cool to actually see them incorporate where you could actually get out of the truck and walk around as a character. And make
Yeah,
it really open world.
Yeah. Okay, now you're talking way, 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 way big.
Well, you see Flight Simulator, the new one coming out in 2024, they're actually adding that where you're going to actually be able to get out as a character and walk around and do stuff. It's not
At
going to
the
be
airport.
just... we'll watch the only thing I tell you is watch a trailer and I'll give you a good idea. But they're incorporating where you can go skydiving, you can
Just use
do
Google.
like industrial type work. You can fly a
I'm just
helicopter.
really super happy that I want you to open up the Missouri just to
Justin,
see what all is included there.
Justin, just use Google Street View. You can walk around that.
But here, let me
Pedal to the
I'll
metal.
put this in the chat. I don't know if you've seen this, Donald, but like if you watch that trailer, then you'll see what the difference I'm talking about in graphics and all that.
Are you asking me to leave Laura's stream?
You don't really have to leave to watch it. It's only 2 minutes long.
I really should be working. I'm putting a commercial together.
You're multitasking.
No, there's no such thing as multitasking. I'm splitting.
Splitting his focus between one thing and another.
And attention shifting slows you down.
I'd really like to see Microsoft do some more games because, man, they when it comes to graphics, dude, they got some good graphics. The Microsoft Studio.
Yay! Yeah, you can bypass it.
I can imagine Flight Simulator in about 10 years. Jesus.
Keep left. Keep left.
Kansas City discovered.
See, that would be a fun job to actually have. Be a pilot and just
Ah.
and just fly rich people around.
Oh, I'm sure private pilots like that probably make well over 6 figures a year.
Trevor, I've got a 2019 Mac Pro.
Keep left.
Now, 2024 though, you're going to have a pretty decent computer to be able to run that game.
Oh yeah, this is an editing computer. It's not going to be. It's never going to be a gaming computer.
Honestly,
got
like the
the,
computer I have is
3.2
probably the
gigahertz
minimum
16
specs.
core Intel Xeon W. I have no idea what that means.
Like honestly, my computer is probably the minimum specs you'd want to use on Flight Simulator.
And take photo.
The Flight Simulator's not cheap neither. After you buy all the like side packs and everything, you can spend a few $100s on that game. They're already guessing that the pricing on GTA 6, they're thinking it's going to be around $130, $140 for the game.
Keep left.
But I'm pretty sure that game is going to break record sales of any game in the past 10 years when it releases in 2025. The long-awaited 11 and a half years for that game by the time it releases.
You know, I do quite a bit of a Plant vs. Zombies 2 on my iPad.
Do you have the iPad with the M1 or M2 chip in it?
No,
Yeah.
I wish I did.
Exit right.
Yeah, those are actually some pretty decent tablets for sure.
This one is still pretty damn good for what I need, what I do. I mean, I can edit 4K video on here.
I'll tell you, tablets are definitely, man, you get what you pay for when it comes to tablets for sure, because cheap tablets are horrible. You go out and buy like $100, $150 tablet, and they're usually not very good.
Yeah, that costs $100.
Yeah, the Apple Pen.
Oh,
What do they call it?
it's still worth it. The Apple
Is it
Pencil.
called the? Is it the iPen or is it just Apple
Nope,
Pencil?
Apple Pencil.
I
And
was
that's
gonna call it the iPen.
and that's the pencil too. But see, it's just the. I don't know if that's focusing. That's not focusing, is it?
Yeah,
It just says
I can
pencil.
see it though.
But I use that pencil constantly.
See, that's one thing. I've had a couple of phones that had stylus built into them, and I always thought it was cool to have, but
I
then I
don't
ended up
use it.
finding out I
stylus.
never used it.
Yeah, I don't use
Yeah,
it as a stylus. But if I'm doing graphics or anything, yeah.
But as much as I liked having it, I would always come to find I would hardly ever use it. But it was always a cool feature to have, like because I had the was it the Note 5 that had the built-in, and then I had a TCL phone or TLC phone, TCL that had a built-in stylus, but I never ended up really using them very much. Rarely did I use it.
I think that's enough of that cutscene.
Coachman Clipper.
No trains coming.
Let's start off with graphics 4. Come on.
Turn right. And then keep left.
As big as 18-wheelers are, they're definitely no match for a fucking train.
Weird.
Especially a cargo train. Those things are fucking tanks. All you're gonna do, you pull 18-wheeler on the tracks, it's gonna chip the paint on the train. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's about 110,
That's one thing
120
I would
tons.
hate about being a train driver is when the people that commit suicide by train.
Yeah. Actually, I
Or
think
when-
Matt. Oh, go ahead.
Or when people just get stuck or pull out in front of a train, there's nothing they can do. They have a front seat to the accident,
Uh huh.
but they have a front seat. They have all the guilt, but none of the power to prevent it.
I want to say Matt was telling us a story on his show one night where that actually happened to him. I think I don't remember if it was a family or somebody, but I think a couple people got killed because Matt used to be a train conductor.
Mm.
He said it was hard on him for a long time over that.
It's good money, but
But you're 100% right, though. I mean, there ain't shit you can do when you see that coming.
but they still carry the guilt.
Did you see the video of the cop that pulled his cruiser up on the railroad tracks with the suspect in
Put
it?
the lady in it.
Yeah, and then left it there while they were searching the car, and then the fucking train hit his cruiser. That lady sued him for like, I think it was like a crazy amount, like $100 million or some shit.
She deserves everything she can get.
Yeah, that was stupid, dude. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna say that the cop was. It's hard to say what he was thinking at the time because when you're in a high intense situation like that, you kind of get tunnel vision to a certain extent where you're not focusing on everything. And people are only human no matter if they got a badge on or not. So I'm not going to say that the dude purposely did it or, what was going through his head at the time. I don't want to completely bash the dude. But yeah, it wasn't a smart thing to park your cruiser up on the tracks.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, she definitely deserves to get paid for that. I mean, that was completely out of her control. She was handcuffed and put in the back of a cruiser. I mean, there's nothing she could do about that. Actually, that happened in the Midwest, I think, somewhere, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, my game's not responding.
Okay, we're getting rid of that noise there. So we got that. Bam. Okay, why am I doubled up on my impact there?
Because you are.
got the contract. Now go.
But it's not there.
Recomputing.
I need to buy a new SSD.
Why you run out of space or something wrong?
No, I'd like to have a second. I have one that I edit off of, and I'd like to have a second one for my render files.
What, do you have a second slot for one or what?
Yeah. Well,
Or are you talking about an
I'm
external?
editing off of just a Thunderbolt port,
Uh,
Get ready to
and I've got a disk array that I need to put in. Actually, that's what I need to do. I need to get some drives into that and get that installed. And that way I can just keep only my edit footage on that I'm working on for that specific project on this SSD that I have. I would like to have a second SSD anyway.
it never hurts to have extra storage.
I like carrying the little portable SSDs that hook up with a Thunderbolt, because I can use it on the Mac here, or I can plug it directly into the iPad and use it on the iPad.
I'll never forget that one that Tony bought off eBay, and he thought it was an SSD because they marketed it as a 64 terabyte SSD inside of a casing with a USB-C. I said, bro, there's no way that's a 64 terabyte.
No,
I was like, pop
you're
open
buying an
the
SD
case.
card.
Yep, I told him, I said, pop open the casing. I bet you there's an SD card in there. He pops it open, damn sure of shit there wasn't an SD card in there. And he took the SD card and put it in the computer, and I think it was only 60 gigs or 64 gigs, I think, was the size card that was actually in there. But they had the little computer chip that fooled the computer to think it was actually 64 terabytes.
Oh yeah, it'll tell you what it is.
And he was like, I only paid like $30 for it. I was like, yeah, dude, that's a scam, totally. If you had like a 60, I don't even know if they have one that large, but dude, I'd imagine that'd be like 10 grand for something like that. Like ridiculous amount of money.
All right, I'm going to cheat just a little bit here on my audio.
ready to roll.
And the thing is it's not even like good it's not even good micro SD cards they put in there too. They're just basic off-brand ones.
Oh yeah.
It's not like you're getting a decent Samsung one for $20.
Well, why would they do that? They're cheating you anyway. Why would they?
Right. That's what I said. If you were getting like a nice 64 Extreme in there for $20, so you really wouldn't be getting too ripped off.
Yep, I like these little Samsungs.
Time to hit the road.
Like this T7 I'm editing on now.
Keep right.
I really hope that they actually come out with that. They had that concept graphics card where they have 2 SSD slots on it for 2 M.2s on it. And it's going to use the cooling system from the graphics card to cool them. And that would be really cool to have because you could add 2 extra to your computer plus 2 on your motherboard if you have a motherboard with 2 of them.
I can get this one little 1 terabyte T7 like what I've got here. Just get another one of those because I use them just as working drives.
Right.
And I can pick up another one of those. It's like $90.
Exit right.
That'd be a good little backup working drive.
And that would be such a good thing to do too, because on your graphics you have 16 lanes on the port,
Oh yeah.
but you only need 8, and then the M.2s only need 4 of the
Mhm.
slots to work. So
So use them.
you could put 2 of them on your graphics card. A guy on YouTube had one of the concept cards that I think NVIDIA built,
Mhm.
and he was showing how it would work and everything. It seems like a really good idea.
I don't know if you were the one talking about that or if it was my son talking about that. It might have been you.
But yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago
Okay, it's
on
probably
one
you
of the
then.
live shows.
He comes in, talks computer stuff at me too, and it's just like when you guys start talking about it, I just kind of glaze over. It's like I don't game, so I don't really care about those specs. I edit, and that's all I need to do is have something that can handle the video and do the rendering.
Well, I mean, if there's one thing Mac shines at, is definitely editing.
Do what?
Like, if there's one thing that Apple shines at on their computers, is definitely for editing.
Yep.
I'll give them that for sure.
Exit right.
Oh yeah, this thing is going to last another probably 5 years before it's ready to retire. There's still computers over there, the trash can Macs, still perfectly serviceable editing machines, as long as you have good storage, good fast storage to pull.
I mean, not that a PC couldn't do really good editing if you had a nice high-end PC, but Macs are just kind of built already for that.
They're kind of built. Everything, the software and hardware is integrated and just works seamless. You don't have as many. You're more reliable, up and running. You don't have to do any tweaking, and things don't go wonky when one thing upgrades.
Exit right.
For the most part, there have been a couple upgrades in the past that have buggered machines, but it's usually fixed within a week and a half.
DaVinci has that issue too, where every time they come out with an update, usually a lot of people will have issues for the first month, and then DaVinci will come in and tweak it and get it working correctly. That's why a lot of times when DaVinci does updates like Matt, you'll usually wait a couple months and then he'll do the update.
Right,
He
here's
already
Windows
knows
Movie Maker.
Turn right.
Okay, so that was scene 1. We are going to extend you out to here. And yes, I am talking to myself.
You've been talking to yourself for quite a while.
I do. When I'm thinking and working, I'm always talking to myself. Maybe I ought to do that one of these days. Just start doing live streams of me editing. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Well, I mean, if you were actually showing what you were doing and how you were doing it, people would watch it.
Figure out an editing project I could share. I can't share anything with clients, though.
You'd have to do like you'd have to do like your own made up stuff in order to show it.
Yeah.
No, editing videos get a lot of views though. People like to learn that shit. The few videos Matt did for DaVinci didn't do too bad. There's actually quite a few people that watched his videos and learned some stuff.
Well, there's things that it's not really even the actual mechanics of push this button, whatever. It's the concept of editing that you miss out on, which is simple things like just a straight cut versus a J cut versus an L cut, when to use it, how to use it.
Well, and the biggest problem I found with videos like that is you have to be able to explain it to somebody as if they don't understand anything. Because there's a lot of people that put videos out there and they explain it to you as if you already know the program, which doesn't help you because then you're like, well, then how do you do
I'm
that?
thinking of program agnostic. Cutting is program agnostic. It's a way of working that you can do the same techniques on any program that you learn.
Turn left.
See, like Matt's videos did really good and people were able to actually use them because he dumbed it down and talked to you as if you didn't know anything.
Well, he's Australian. He
And-
didn't really have a choice but to dumb it down.
But yeah, but I've like when I was first messing with OBS, right? I went through
He's
so
not
many
here.
videos.
I hope that gets back to him because he's not here, and I feel bad now. I feel guilty.
Matt will be sound asleep right now.
But when I was doing OBS, so I went through a lot of videos, and the problem I was running into it is they weren't explaining why they did it or where this button was at. They were like, "Oh, just add this," but then they wouldn't show you where to add it from. And that's where it would get confusing because they were talking to you as if you already understood the program. But if I already understood it, why the hell would I be watching your video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was necessarily they did that on purpose. It's just they didn't think that from that standpoint that I should be talking to somebody as if they didn't understand it. And I ran across a lot of videos with OBS that weren't no help because of that. They didn't help me at all.
Exit left.
That might be a fun concept.
Like I said, if you can find a good balance of that, of being able to teach people and you can get into actual teaching mode and not as if you're talking to a fellow person that does it, I think your videos could do really well.
Do you think I talk over people? Like,
What do you mean?
I think I dumb myself down when I'm talking to you. I don't talk over your head, do I?
Well, I don't know how well you would do in a video. I'm just saying that's something I've noticed with a lot of videos. As you do, if somebody doesn't understand a program, you can't talk to them all technical because
Right,
they're not
and-
going to know what the fuck you're talking about.
And you're doing a stream, and it's kind of hard for somebody to raise their hand and say, could you go back? I didn't understand that.
Right.
I guess if you're doing a live stream, they can. There it is. All right, let's go to the...
And then some guys will say, well, if you have a problem, just write in the comments and I'll answer you. And then you'll go back and look and there'll be 50 comments and they're asking questions and the person never answered them. And the video's a year old. You know? It's like they didn't even, but that in the video they told you to do that. And they never get back to you. So,
Turn that up, final. That shows up. All right, so let's take a look and see. Since I don't have... This one, the guy wanted me to go over and shoot something. He said just drop by and shoot something. He doesn't understand that. I was like, I can't just drop by. That's a 2-hour drive.
let's tell him if he's paying for gas, you might think about it.
Oh, I would go over there and shoot. They would be paying a day rate. And I would go over, and we're talking about possibly doing that, is go over and shoot a bunch of opens and closes and get enough footage to edit videos for the next year. And just have them change clothes and just do a bunch of opens and closes and stuff like that. That'll be a day rate. That'll be $800.
Now, did your day rate, that kind of factors in your gas and your time and all that, like kind of overall everything of getting to a shooter?
No, normally I would. I had set it up where I would be charging mileage in addition to
Right. Okay.
the
That's
day
what I
rate
was wondering.
covers a full day of shooting, and with mileage and everything, it'd probably work out to be
Keep right.
the day rate. I would probably stick to be around $75 an hour for the day rate.
Turn right.
But
Now,
for that day rate of what, around $750 for a full day.
let me ask you something. Do you feel kind of in the industry you're in, are you worried about AI replacing you at all?
Absolutely. Well, no,
Or
it's not
no?
AI that's replacing me. It is people with their cell phones and iPads that can edit. And the democratization of video has uh, really dropped the rates you can charge down because everybody's cousin has a camera. Well, actually, everybody,
Uh,
you have a camera on your phone that shoots better video than I was shooting with 10 years ago.
that is true. I mean,
It may not
there's
have quite as
actually
many functions, but as far as quality of output, it's shooting perfectly usable video. Uh, what comes down to being able to set yourself apart from those people is experience and being able to tell a story with video.
well, my thought, and that's funny because there's been actually a couple music artists that were doing promotions with certain cell phone companies like Samsung and stuff, where they actually shot the entire music video with the phone
Yeah, you can.
as a promotion.
Yeah, shooting video with the phone, you can shoot great stuff with a phone. The thing that trips most people up as far as shooting with a phone is lighting. You really need to be able to light your video.
Because like my F-22, it will go all the way. Now I don't know if it's true 8K, but it will actually shoot in 8K.
Yeah, and it'll probably be not the best compression.
Yeah, I'm not into all the
But
camera settings. I don't understand all that
That's
stuff,
still,
but
but it's still
it
probably perfectly usable. No one's ever going to be showing back at that resolution. Or
because I
the use cases will be very, very low to be shooting back or playing back. Where that comes valuable is in the editing room.
because I was playing with my phone settings one day on the camera, and I was like, oh shit, there's 8K, and I was just kind of shooting some film around the house with it, just testing it,
See, most
and I
everything I
forgot to.
edit is the output that I'm sending out is going to be 1080p.
Right.
It's just high def, and that's going to be most places, most digital delivery, like doing advertising, and
Now, are you
even
doing
YouTube,
1080 30 or 60?
uh, 30,
Okay.
actually 29.97 for
Because
my.
I forgot and I was when I put it in 8K, I forgot to put it back into the normal mode, and I just shot some shorts with it, and I went to upload them to YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Oh hell no, you're not uploading 8K shorts." It wouldn't let me on, and then I realized what I shot them in. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
fuck."
But where that you do have a better quality if you capture higher. I a lot of times I will, especially in a small situation. I shot some interviews for a weight loss place, uh, a guy that did gastric bypass and stuff over in Carthage, and instead of doing I like doing a two camera shoot, and it freed me up by using my main camera shooting at 4K, and I knew I was going to be
Uh-huh.
delivering at 1080. That allowed me to use that one camera like two cameras and just cut between a close up and a wide shot on that one camera and use my second camera as a third camera.
And the Samsung phones, I don't know exactly what it eight. I'm not like I said, I'm not really into cameras, but it
Hmm.
does have another special app you can download just for HDR. I don't know
Uh,
what that use case would be for, but
HDR it just captures a higher dynamic range, and so that, coming back in later and doing color grading, you have a little bit more information to work with.
okay.
But for the most part, if you're capturing just a well exposed image, you're fine.
Now, do you
Mo-
think these?
Color grading was way over. Everybody and their brother is constantly all over the internet. It's gonna be, you know what, you're gonna be you're gonna make a movie. This video is gonna be just download my color packs. It's like, okay, your grading packs only work in specific use situations. You kind of want to, if you're going to be going into color grading, downloading those presets do nothing for you unless you're uh, changing from one camera, you know what camera you're going to, and you're trying to match a color profile of another camera. That
Uh-huh.
is a use for those. But these really hyper colorized no, just do it. Roll your own
Well,
on a per shot level.
so like the one camera, what's that? The one that Dre and everybody bought, the Osmo 4?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Osmo 4? Now, to me, if you're shooting and you just need a small camera like that, is it really worth buying that camera if you have like an S23 Ultra or iPhone 15? Like, to me, wouldn't that camera just do just as well, if not better, than that Osmo would?
It depends on what you are using it for. I would never strap my camera up to the top of my dune buggy, but I strap my GoPro on all the time. Or
Well,
put the
yeah.
GoPro down on.
Well, I'm just saying, like what like Chuck does, basic vlogging. Like, to me, I don't see what the point would be to buy one of those when you probably have a flagship phone that has a really good camera on it. To me, it would be better to buy a $100
Osmo
phone
Pocket.
stabilizer.
No, I've got an Osmo Mobile for the phone, and the
Right.
setup on that, trying to get it balanced and everything. Actually, it's pretty fast now, the new ones, because it's magnetic and it's already on there, and you just throw it on. You're already balanced because you pre-balanced it. So
Right.
that's not as bad. But there's something to be said for having, and that Osmo Pocket, it's small form factor. It doesn't really take up a lot of room, and have it as a dedicated camera, nice. Um, I
And
don't
I'm
know.
only saying
I
because
haven't
it's like a
looked into it. What's the
600.
audio input like on the Osmo Pocket? Does it have any
I know
ability
you
to
can
put a
plug.
mic?
Yeah, you can plug in the DJI mics to it, the wireless mics.
Oh, okay. But can you plug in like a little mini shotgun like that?
Yeah, because remember we were looking it up that one day. Remember it did have the jack on it. Remember when me and you were looking it up?
Like the little.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
had the jack
yeah,
on there. Yeah, remember?
yeah. The the mini shotguns. They don't catch the greatest audio, but they catch a lot better audio than what's on your native capture.
Well, I'm saying,
It,
like, because you can plug a wireless mic into your phone. I didn't really see the point in buying a $600 Osmo Pocket just for basic walking and vlogging. To
right.
me, it just
I
didn't
wouldn't.
make any sense.
I wouldn't. If you are, uh, Trevor says that he's got the Pocket 3, which works 100 times better than a phone. If you are uh, vlogging a lot, I would say having a dedicated camera is definitely worth it. If not, this right here, that's my little DJI stand that came with my Osmo 3. Or,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the Osmo Mobile, or whatever it is. What is it?
Because, I
Anyway,
mean, the video stabilization on the flagship phones isn't bad for what it is.
but I just took that. It's got the quarter 20, and I just got a little phone holder.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I got one of those phone holders. It's just a little twist.
So I can throw it on there, and it's a little tripod. Take it off. It's a little hand grip. That's perfect. That's all I need. For, like, if I'm going somewhere and walking around.
Like I said, I've played around with my camera on my phone, and man, it takes some sharp ass video.
Yeah, if you're not vlogging like all the time, use your phone. But if you're going out every single week and you're vlogging and you're doing a lot of stuff, yeah, grab that Pocket 3. Then also carry your phone with a little simple tripod like that for your phone. Set it over the side, get a time lapse while you're vlogging with the Osmo 3s. I mean, the more cameras you can carry, the better, really.
Right.
But you want your cameras to serve multiple roles. I've got a camera here that I don't even get out because it's so big and bulky unless I'm doing an interview, and I'll pull it out because it is an impressive camera to pull out.
Turn right.
But
Keep right.
as far as just grabbing it and running and getting the shots with,
Turn right.
I'll use my Sony A7. If it's going to be something dangerous, grab the GoPro.
There'd be some wild shit if you could take a Samsung S20, like an S24 Ultra, back to like the 1980s. Get hung for witchcraft. What the fuck is that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Turn left.
I think I got it.
I would love to see technology in like 200 years, though. I wish I could live that long just to see.
All right, we need to tweak the Trailmaster.
Elevation.
Tweak the Trailmaster. Let's put him 150 and see what he looks like there. And then drop the only down here.
Okay. Here we go.
I do think I'm going to make this my last drive.
Oh, thank God. Oh, wait, what?
Fuck you, Donald.
You don't mean that. You didn't
What
mean
happened?
that one bit. I could tell.
All I came back and heard was "fuck you, Donald."
I said this is going to be my last.
Oh, he must have told you weren't proper driving. Okay.
No, she said it was going to be your last one. I said, thank God.
Well, eat shit, Tim. Oh, God, that was classic.
You know, I don't think, if I've got the logo there, I don't think I need.
Get ready. Turn left. Turn left.
If I've got it on the sign, I'm going to take it off there just to see. They'll probably come back and say, no, it has to be on there. But I hate duplicating information on a screen.
Keep left.
So we're going to get rid of it. That's all right. I said we're getting rid of it. I don't care what you guys say. We're bye-bye. It goes bye-bye. That way we can drop that down
Exit left.
there. Much cleaner.
Like how those cats are not even like budging on the dash, even though Laura's taking corners at like 60 miles an hour.
Those are Velcro cats.
Yeah, because in real life, those cats would have been out the fucking passenger window.
Actually, Laura is a psychopath truck driver who's gorilla glued her cats to the dash. It's cat torture. What is what it is. She has changed it out for fresh cats.
It's like watching a dog trying to hold on as you're going around the corner. They're sliding on the floor. Just
Dude, the whole room's moving.
Dude, I have seen before where dogs have gotten flung out of fucking seats and shit because somebody took a corner too quick.
Or
Or a
slam on
fucking
the
dog
brake.
goes, yeah, the dog goes flying into the back of the seat.
Well, you remember when Ken Herring got in his wreck? When he got rear-ended?
No, I don't really watch him, to
You
be
might not have
honest
been
with you.
watching him back then, but it's been years ago that he was on his way back home from being up in Jersey, and he was slowing down to turn into a place that he had seen that he wanted to fly, and some guy rear-ended him, broke his back, put Ken in the hospital for a couple weeks, I think. It was a good long time he was in the hospital, but the dash cam shows Henry flying up. It's like, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I did that to my dog one time years ago. I accidentally hit the brakes. And somebody in front of me slammed the brakes. Well, I didn't accidentally. I did slam on them to avoid rear-ending somebody, and fucking my poor dog went flying into the dashboard. Fucking just
See, that's why over here dogs have to have seatbelts.
Not over here. Fucking dogs can be in the back of your truck without any leash on.
They have to be
I wouldn't
plugged in.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I have seen people with dogs in the back of their trucks with no leash. But
Yep.
there's some dogs that are highly trained that won't jump out of the trucks.
Yep. There's dogs, farm dogs that are used to just jumping up and staying on the truck.
Yeah. But the best way to do it if you want to put your dog in the back of a pickup truck and be safe is you put a collar on them and then you hook a leash to both sides of the bed. And that way, when they pull to one side, they can only go so far no matter which side they go to. That's how we used to do it with my dog, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I've seen dogs, dude. There was a video not too long ago that went viral on YouTube. Dude was driving down the road and their fucking family dog jumped out on the freeway and tumbled, and an 18-wheeler was able to stop right before it hit it. They were lucky that dog didn't get fucking crushed, but the dog was actually not injured. It just had a slightly bruised leg. And it limped back over to the car and jumped back up in the car. The guy went to roll down the window a little bit for the dog to get some air, and it went down too far, and the dog just fucking leaped right out of the car.
I can get out.
Oh, yeah, I've seen very well-behaved dogs, though, where people will, like, go to the dollar store or something, run in real quick, and they'll have their windows all the way down. Their dog's just sitting there. Doesn't bother anybody when they walk by. Nothing, just sits there. You know what dogs will scare the shit out of you is when you walk by a canine car and you don't realize there's a dog in it. And all of a sudden that bitch attacks the window and just fucking goes ape shit. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, they're on duty.
Oh, yeah, there's been a couple times I walked by a police car and just wasn't paying attention. Didn't realize it was a canine. All of a sudden that motherfucker went out the back door as I was walking by. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah, them dogs ain't no joke, though, man. Whew. You see the biggest, baddest criminals, the minute that dog comes out, they run like little pansies.
Yeah. Don't bite. I don't want to get bit.
Well, that's the one thing about a dog, dude. Dogs don't think like humans. Those fuckers won't stop. No matter if they feel like you can sit and punch them and kick them, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. They don't have that same fear, flight or flight response that humans have when they're that highly trained. We had the military police come to our school in high school one year and do a demonstration with their dogs. And they fired blanks out of a 9mm right at the dog while it was running at the trainer. Fucking dog wasn't even fazed by it.
Tap, 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 tap.
And if you happen to start kicking or hitting the dog, then you're liable to get shot.
Tap, 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 tap.
You screw with one of those dogs, you might as well just be screwing with a regular cop at that point. Because that's the way they're going to look at it. Those dogs get treated just like a regular officer.
God, the chat's quiet.
Yes, I was typing heavy just then, wasn't I?
Yep.
Because the
only
agent
one
was, hey, Dawn, confirm that you're working on those changes. It's like, I'm working on the changes.
The only one that's been consistently in the chat is Trevor, and he only says something about every 10-15 minutes.
But is he still there?
I mean, I think he's watching. He's probably doing other stuff while he's watching. 'Cause like I said, he only answers about every 10 minutes or so. He'll say something random in the chat. Says you got 4 people watching.
Don't know if it counts us.
If you have the chat popped out, I think it does count as a viewer.
Yeah, see, I haven't got the chat pulled out.
I think. I don't never been able to really confirm that. But
Donald's keyboard is crying, please stop.
There it is. Okay.
I don't have the chat pulled out because I got it on EVMux. I'm able to type through there.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I
got
might.
But if I type through there, I think it comes up as you, Laura.
You'll find out if you type in.
Yeah, let me see here.
I have spare keyboards, Trevor, so if I break through this one, I got another one. Although this is nice, it's a little wireless one. So.
Yep, you do. You type as me.
Oh, that is dangerous. How can I get that power?
Yeah, that's why Tim's always writing stupid crap in my chat all the time under my name. He'll be like, I like boys, and all kinds of stupid crap like that. That's one thing I don't think they should. That should be a thing
No,
with your
you
co-host.
should be able to add the person and then put that they're only co-host. They can only have this. Access.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't even be a thing anyway. Like, I mean, I guess unless you had a co-host that wasn't actually on the panel and was running your stream from the background and answering people for you because you were that big of a channel type setup, that would be a good option. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But because, like, I think what's his name? Sean Geeks Vana. He has that one dude that runs his stream from the background who's never on the panel. I can't think of his name, but there's that one. There's a guy that runs his stream from the background all the time, and you never see him on the panel or anything. Every once in a while, he might talk or something, but Sean will ask him a question, and he'll come on the live and talk in the background. I like Donald's response, though. He's like, oh, that's dangerous.
It would be very dangerous if I gave it to Donald.
Why would you think that? I would not, Laura. I would be very nice. I wouldn't do anything wrong.
How many co-hosts can you do with the basic plan? I thought you could do 2.
Let's
I think it
see.
is too.
Let me look it up because I'm pretty sure you can do 2 on the basic. I think it's 4 if you have the $50 plan.
I don't think anybody's ever given me co-hosting duties.
I do when you're on Zoom.
You have them when you're on Murray's channel because he gives everybody co-hosts.
And sometimes it accidentally gives you host.
I don't really pay attention.
Oh, yeah, you should when you're on Murray's because then you can mute Tim when he pisses you off. I do it all the time. And you can turn his camera off.
And if Paul forgets to give him co-host, you can put him in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Okay, we're calling that good. I got an edit done. Let me export that.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
see,
got
it doesn't-
about another 2-minute drive, I think, on this.
Oh, by the way, there is actually a streaming limit on the basic plan, Laura. It's 6 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over 6 hours.
Have
anyway.
you hit that limit, Justin?
No, but I've gotten, like last night, we were about 15 minutes from it. But no, it is 6 hours on the basic plan.
Okay. Well, my edit is
It's
done
6
now.
hours
and
per
so,
stream.
What?
Well, it's-
Yeah, 6 hours per stream.
yeah, so you could just end and go, I'll be back.
Yeah, you can end and restart immediately. Which I think
Okay.
is stupid. If they allow you to do that, they might as well just have it unlocked.
I'm going to go, guys.
Yeah, well, I'm just
All
about
right.
to park this up and I'm ending.
Talk to you later.
Have a good. We'll see you later.
So
Yeah, it
glad-
doesn't say. It doesn't give you a thing on there about that.
Go straight.
I'm going to have a look in a minute properly through the
Go
settings.
straight.
I'm overtaking you all.
Keep left. Then turn left. Turn left.
Huh.
Finally, we are here.
Finally.
Because it does. It doesn't even mention co-hosts anywhere on any of the plans. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
no.
anything about co-host abilities. What I'll do is I'll actually just put a ticket in there and just ask them. Yeah, like it's not a technical issue. I just want to know this and this. See what they
Yeah.
say.
Stop share. Now we'll just see both our pictures just sat there.
Are you still live?
I am in a minute. I'm just going to see if I've got something to use as an outro.
Have you uploaded your intro or outros to your EveMux yet?
No.
Makes it real easy. Is you put it in the layers.
Actually, I'll use this one. I have kind of done one. But anyway, everybody, I am going to end. Who's playing around with the backgrounds?
Well, you had just the basic black, so I figured I'd dress it up a little.
So I will catch everybody tomorrow at 7 p.m.